all there, virtual food truck operators. Thanks for clicking and welcome to a little tour of the game Fruitbus. Lately, I've been trying out all the ultra adorable upcoming games that I can find for 2024. If you're looking for some wholesome, cozy goodness, please check out my video linked above in the corner for Critter Cove. If you've come across any games that you think that I should try out, comment below, and I appreciate your recommendations. Let's get into this little awesome title by Krillbrite Games. With this demo, there's no save function, so I would do this when you have about an hour or two to kill, as you'll have to start from the skip tutorial point if you want to continue advancement. We're playing through the tutorial in this little preview, A Distant Memory with Your Grandmother, the original owner of the Fruitbus, and she'll give us instructions on how to get the job done in this very short guide along. We get to carry around our teddy, pick up a couple apples, and slice them up into a salad order. Once you've got apples into your paws, you use the right and left click to extend out the fruit, and then the shift key drops them on the counter surface. There is a knife already supplied for you on one of the magnetic wall strips. Grab it and start clicking to chop the fruit. Click the fruit again and suspend it over the bowl from the countertop and drop it with the shift key. Use the same commands to move the bowl to the countertop and you will have completed the order. Grandma tips us some change before this memory drifts away as we sit on a park bench next to the water. We wake up from the dream sequence outside of a dreary junkyard, and inside the junkyard is our old fruit bus in a broken down and unfortunate state. Inside the bus is a note from your grandmother that you can read through for an explanation of events and a request to host a farewell gathering for friends across the island. This is the primary quest line that will guide us through the Fruitbus game. We're tasked by the yard attendant to reinstall the wheels on the bus and fill it with gas so that we can drive away. The click and shift method is not something that I'm used to for controls, and it takes a moment to get used to while playing this game, but it eventually translates into a habit after you make a few fruit salads. When you're done with all that, climb into the cab and sit down into the driver's seat. Reach over to the switch on the ignition and then click the release on the handbrake. From there, you use the WASD format to accelerate, brake, and turn left and right. The gate will open and allow you to drive down the road to a ferry waiting to take you to the next island. While on board, you'll have to complete a salad for the captain, who is a bit grumpy and non-functional until he eats. It's also an opportunity to pick up some bonus fruits on the trip and get prepared for our next stop. Once you'll arrive, you'll be able to roll yourself down to the nearest town, where you'll find a bustling tourist area for your first main quest NPC that's on the invite list for Grandma's farewell party, and that's the hotel manager. He'll need a fresh salad before he'll talk further, but he wants to fire up the local festival and needs you to prep the Fruitbus with the festival topper to complete this request. This first town has a couple of vendors to check out, one near the large main building which stocks bowls, cups, blenders, hammers, and a useful backpack that you can buy with 15 coins to store extra fruits that you pick up. To purchase items, carry coins in hand to the vendor location and then drop them into the funnel near the cash register. Find the items that you'd like to buy and then drop them onto the counter before interacting with the vendor to complete the purchase. And don't forget your change. To use, once you have the backpack equipped, pick up a fruit, click and hold it in front of you and then hit the R key to move it into the backpack. When you want to retrieve it, hold down the R key to pop up a menu of tools and select the backpack. Now with the backpack being held, You can click to throw the fruits into your crates or onto the floor. This tool menu is where you can store tools on hand, such as the hammer and shovel, in addition to the bag. At the gas station, there is another vendor who stocks the shovel, which you'll eventually need for digging up carrots and garlic. But also inside are more upgrades and customization items for your fruit bus, like extra countertops and crates. I'm not sure if it will carry through the entire game, but I did notice that these gas station stops have items with different stylings so that you can create a unique look for your fruit bus. There are limited stops within the demo's allotted content, but all of the vendors carry slightly different inventory. Other tools include the hammer, which you'll need to install additions to the interior of your Fruit Bus kitchen and unpack things like extra bowls and cups. The hammer can be left in your R key tool menu, but can also be stored on the magnetic strip mounted on the kitchen wall. For the exterior of the Fruit Bus upgrades, you will need the wrench that is sold at a gas station past the peak. One quite useful but also tricky addition is the fruit rod. This item resembles a fishing pole and can be purchased from a vendor in Sorello. It costs 60 coins, and to use it, we equip it into one hand and aim it at the piece of fruit that is out of our reach. Click and hold down the mouse button until the arrow trace reaches the piece of fruit, highlighting it in yellow. Release quickly and hopefully it will snag the fruit in the line, allowing you to click and pull it back. The fruit will automatically land in your backpack unless your pack is full, then look along the ground for where it landed. It took me some effort getting used to the fruit rod. It was a little tricky landing the timing, but just keep at it and it will become easier with time. In the demo, there are two kitchen upgrades available, the blender and the stovetop. The blender requires the blender jug, and the stove will need a stir-fry pan along with the spatula flipper. These two utilities add whole new opportunities to expand on your menu into smoothies and stir-fry. To make smoothies, start the same procedure by chopping the fruits required for a recipe and then drop them into the blender jug. Then click on the blender dial to get the machine running. You'll see it change colors and emit animations as it blends together the ingredients. The final product will require cups. Just click the jug to remove it and then suspend it above the cup to get the pour prompt. For fruit stir fry, place the skillet on the stovetop once you've collected enough coins to get one installed into your fruit bus. Chop your assorted ingredients and place them inside the skillet. Click the stove burner to get it fired up and then grab a spatula tool. You'll need to click and hold to push around the fruit pieces during the cooking process. When done, grab the bowl for the final product and serve it to the customer. I've noticed in the release trailers for the game that we'll eventually be baking, not just frying, so it seems like there's plenty more mechanics to be found in the full version of the game. During the demo, we have the opportunity to visit a few regions in Fruitbus, starting with Noto, a little vacation village on the beach complete with two vendors and a gas station where we initiate the quest with the hotel manager. This area has only apples to collect for your recipe, one bush by the shore and two other bushes on the cliffside which can be accessed by running behind the small housings. The next key area that you'll find along the road when exiting Noto is Spraytop Peak. This majestic looking park area is complete with waterfalls and a bit of a jumping puzzle to access all the areas. Here you can find a mix of apples, bananas, lemons, and carrots along with eager customers to help you generate some income. A bit further down the road, you'll find a mechanic station which sells gas, the wrench that's needed to make alterations to the fruit bus, and new decorative items inside the station shop. There's also a platform out front in the mechanics area that will help you reach the top of your bus when you find the necessary fruit topper requested for the Noto festival. A bit of a hint for anyone who's trying to complete that quest: you need to sample Grandma's fruit salad recipe in order to see a flashback vision of the topper's hidden location. So whip up a batch of apple, banana, and lemon, and then taste the concoction for yourself rather than sending it directly out for a customer. You'll get a short cutscene that depicts more of the story, but also shows you exactly where you can dig up that topper. And I did say dig, key word here, so invest in a shovel as soon as feasible. All aboard the fruit bus for the last stop in this demo, the town of Sorello, which has a single vendor that has the fruit rod and an in-stock stovetop upgrade along with the accessories. There's also a quest here to complete that will get you more familiar with the fruit rod. Customers will quickly line up for service at this location, but you might want to take a look around first. There are plenty more items here to stock up your fruit bus. We can find mangoes, pineapples, and garlic at this location, along with assorted locations for carrots, lemons, and bananas. Behind this vendor's building is a pathway to the town's touring area, and if you venture far enough back into this park-like area, you'll find a shrine where you can sacrifice a few fruits that spring forth a bloom of pineapples hanging from trees. I recommend purchasing the fruit rod, otherwise I don't know how you will reach these items. The rest of the zone is blocked off to us by way of drawbridges, which at the time of the demo play are closed, limiting us from visiting sites that we can see in the distance, including the volcano that periodically causes the screen to shake and the emergency signal coming from the fruit bus radio. It's hard to know what this will mean for the eventual gameplay. This game is so otherwise peaceful and cozy, except for that volcano. Recently released trailers for the game indicate that we will see the full title drop in October of 2024. So hang in there to all of those who were as enticed by this demo as I was. We have several months to go before we can play out all the fun that this game has to offer. Consider adding this to your wish list and keep an eye out. I do think there's a lot of potential here for mindless gathering entertainment. I'm excited to see where the devs are going with this, especially that volcano. You can find game updates on Twitter using the @Krillbrite handle, or join the Discord to stay informed, give your suggestions, and engage in weekly discussions. That's all for this little introduction. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more when this game releases. Take care, y'all, and bye-bye!